Welcome back, VDC stream. No, VDC Twitch viewers. Sorry, there's another YouTube stream going on with PA and LG's Mythic semifinal. So if you do want to check that out, that is on our YouTube channel as well. But we do have a special guest here with us today to join us for the last bit of our stream. It is OS Terry Kid. Well, say hello.
Hello, guys. I'm here to help cast these last couple games. Close 1-1 match so far. Close games, both maps. Good series so far. Hoping to, if it goes to map 5, that's going to be super hype. Both these teams are very solid.
He is here to fill in the missing OS bias that we had. So you know, I tried my best to provide the OS bias, but you know, as a non-OS member, I can only do so much. But so now we have the true balance of bias here. LG bias with Saints, OS bias with Terra Kid, and I'm just in the middle.
Absolutely. Yeah, just like Terra Kid said, we had some great first couple of maps going pretty close, and we're excited to see who comes out on top. I've been trying to keep it biased or unbiased, but now that Terra Kid's here, you know, the gloves are off. LG on top, baby. That's all I'm saying. That last map looked phenomenal.
Yes, both these teams are very solid. With a 13-11 win and a 13-10 win over the first two maps, this is looking to be a very close series all the way across. Both times these teams played each other in regular season, I'm pretty sure they averaged over 26 rounds across the 4 maps, which is insane and just shows how close of a caliber these two teams are.
Absolutely. It's anybody's game at this point. As we're prepping to get into map 3, Icebox. Terra Kid, what are some things that you're seeing? Who are some standout players from OS and LG?
Well, as we all know, Nabrak has played phenomenally these first 2 games, match MVPing both maps. But we also got to keep in mind that Zoo has been right underneath them both maps. Definitely the standout players on both teams. Just really showing their prowess and their dominance throughout the season.
Absolutely. The 2 initiators taking the fight to the other team. We're seeing lots of interesting pushes and plays from both sides. We're going to hop right into this map 3 and check out what kind of comps we're seeing on Icebox here.
Yeah, I expect to be seeing some relatively standard picks like KJ, Viper, Sova, even Jet on both maps, or both sides of the teams, because those are such impactful agents on this map. You see, Koala has locked in that Clove. She really loves playing that Clove. So no surprise there. And then on the other side, it looks like you have the same 4 agents, and then with a KO instead of that Clove. So interesting to see how that solo Viper is going to end up working out for them over on LG side.
Yeah. LG, that last map, had a lot of success with the double initiators being able to help them push and retake. But we'll see. This is the first time we haven't seen a double duelist comp come out from OS on this series. So we'll see. Definitely plays very different when you've got the Viper and another smoke agent. Definitely compared to just the Viper. So
It really does. As we get into this next map, I want to shout out the OS watch party. Both Apprentice and Expert rescheduled their games today so that they can be here to watch this prospect team play. Big shout out to them.
absolutely, we love to see it. And OS Expert, be ready, because that rescheduled game is against me and my team. So
Sounds like you guys rescheduled your game to to be here as well.
otherwise, I
Love to
wouldn't be
see it.
here.
Love to see
LG also
it.
has a watch party going on. You know, it is what it is. We always got to watch parties up in LG because we're cool. I mean, not
Hey.
to say OS isn't cool. Not to
No,
say.
no, that's exactly what you said. And you know what? It's okay. We'll just see how this ends up. You know, both of us pulling for our respective tiers. And you know, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what VDC is all about, baby. We love competitiveness, but we do it respectfully because everybody in here wants the same thing, to have a good time and enjoy playing the game that we love. So, nothing but love to all the teams, especially OS and LG.
Actually, I can give a quick update to this. I'm currently peeping into the Mythic stream, LG Blue Lotus versus PA the Berserkers. It is map. They're currently tied in the series in 1 map each, and it's currently 3-2 in favor of the Berserkers on split, with the Berserkers attacking. So, quick update.
Interesting. All right. My LG boys know that they got my support, even though I can't watch.
Here.
We're going to see a little bit of a default coming out from the attackers here. I wonder how things will shape up here in our prospect
Here.
grand finals.
Yep. Both teams just you see this defensive team just getting a pretty standard setup. So it's going to be darting that early B main just to try to get that info.
As we see a little bit of a default coming out from attack. We see Thornley on the Viper trying to just take some space up towards mid, and it looks like they want to lean heavily towards this B side. LG is posted up and has numbers over on this B side, but I mean, nothing has really been spotted so far. Nebrock is going to take a little bit of damage as Wanderer. Not going to be able to escape. All Sunday going to take the pick. First blood. Not before Wanderer can do a little bit of damage. We're going to see a plant coming out. Is there any util to be able to deny it? Not quite. Miss All Sunday in an aggressive position, dashing out of danger. Now we see a 4-on-5 retake for the side of LG. It's going to be very difficult with these pistols. There are some low members of OS, but Miss All Sunday is going to take out Fitz here and do some more damage. Thornley taking another. Nick and Zoo going big with a huge flank from Nick. Now it's all up to him in a 2v1. The smoke comes out from Koala, and she gets the pick. 1 round on the board for OS. A great start.
Just really love to see that. That flank from Nick, super impactful, getting those 2 frags. And if his teammates can stay alive for just a few seconds longer, that can cause some serious damage there. But unfortunately, he ended up alone and was not able to convert the 1v2. So you're gonna see OS buying up here into this next round. Ideally, they will be looking to close it out with relatively few deaths, while LG are trying to just get guns out of their hands.
Absolutely. The KO knife is going to come out spotted and noted by Koala. That's where it's going to land. It looks like a lineup from A. Quite an interesting one. And pressure pushing all the way up into this B or A lobby. But Nebrock and Andy J are just ready for it as they mow them down. Nick going to try to deal some damage as Miss All Sunday gets caught out but not quite killed. Pushing his way up all the way, catches Zoo unawares with the drop down. Nick all alone and the bomb going down on the other site. Nick has a lot to do. Koala with the wall bang, getting a flawless round.
Yep, that's exactly what OS were looking to do there with those better guns. Try to keep as many as they can going into this next round against LG's full buy here. LG not really able to get much started on either round, as they were in a 2v5 retake on pistol and couldn't get any guns down there in that bonus round.
Yeah, not quite.
Yep, and
it was an aggressive push.
It was.
We're gonna see a standard little, looks like a default. With the orb, kind of misses a little bit. Gives a little bit of a gap. Wander gonna try to just spray through, maybe get a tap onto somebody. Just trying to be a nuisance, pushing up through mid here. The drone is gonna catch some of them out, maybe. Gonna get broken. Don't know if he saw that there were two there up in mid as they try to collapse though. The KO coming in, throw a little bit of util. And look at where Nick is, once again pushed all the way up. And is gonna catch
no charges left.
Andy J stand up with the awareness, thinking, hey, I gotta watch out for my boys. Koala's gonna also take out the aggression from D-Fits. It's now looking pretty grim for the boys on LG. 3 versus 4.
No peeking.
Koala working her way onto the site. Wanderer really low here, but sitting just on the other side of that wall. Koala's going to take him out.
30 seconds
now,
left.
It's looking pretty rough for the side of LG as they might think to save these two weapons coming into the future rounds.
yeah, and I think Koala saw Kuno running away there. Definitely going to get that information, and basically it tells them that they are going to be saving this round. It is a bit of a rough round for LG there. Only able to take down one of OS and losing that round, with OS converting that bonus round. Not really going to be any contestation here, and OS are not going to be hunting for those two guns, as they are just going to avoid dying to the spike here.
Such a strong bonus coming out, and I mean LG is pretty much on the back foot now, having to try to figure out. They've been really aggressive. You wonder, do you think they're gonna try to keep with the aggression or cool it back a little bit?
I think that they should be trying to settle down a little bit. They've been pushing early aggressive angles. D-Fits got that opening pick on the last round and then pushed up far enough that Koala was able to take him down and they were able to retrieve his gun. Holding that first angle is fine, but he needs to be falling off and not giving up that number advantage, especially on OS's bonus round.
Absolutely, especially on those bonus rounds for sure. Looks like we're going to see a force coming out from LG, a very scattered force with those 2 rifles and getting an outlaw in the hands of D-Fits here as well. We're going to see a little bit of work being done up into mid, try to just take a little bit of pressure. Seeing a lot of slow defaults and into fast executes on the side of OS that look very disciplined. The spike leaning on the side of A is 4 members of the offense trying to make their way on, and the attacker KJ is going to come try to push them off that site. Util is going to try to slow them down, but Wanderer looking for any place to hide from this KJ ult. The bomb is going to start to go down and will be planted here on the A site, and Miss All Sunday still creeping up mid, gonna get caught out by the turret as they work their way, but they still haven't made it onto site. It's a 5v4 retake.
Not exactly sure what happened.
I think
to D-Fits right there.
might have lagged out as he's just saw Miss All Sunday and stopped. It hasn't moved
Player
since.
standing.
D-Fit's reconnecting in it looks like LG might be able to run away with this.
One enemy remaining.
Oh! Thornily having a small burst of
Life right there at the end to be able to close out that round.
Clutch.
finished my sentence. My brain is still lagged about what was going on in that round.
I think Shade's a little shocked about what just happened there. A little confused.
I was
Yeah.
so ready for it. He crept up behind it.
I'm also a little bit shocked and confused about what happened right there.
The internet
Even-
gods
even
did
on
not
the
want
site.
D-Fits to win.
That's probably true.
That's
Wait, do you
crazy.
think? Okay. Conspiracy theory here. Do you think OS is DDoSing defense right now?
you. All of y'all in the OS watch party, quit DDoSing my man. All right, that's messed up.
We're changing North Virginia servers now.
As someone
looks
who's
like we're gonna
DDoSed by OS in season 4, I can confirm.
Confirmed OS, confirmed DDoSers. Spence is running a crazy DDoSing server. That's crazy. Looking into this round here, though, hopefully there are no more disconnects. As we see, again, the slow
unbiased-
push.
As the unbiased, sometimes casting, I have to say neither of these players or casters are representative of VGC's opinions.
I second that opinion.
Yeah. Me and Terror are talking out of our butts. And we're going to see a little bit of pressure coming out onto A as 4 of the 5 attackers make their way and try to make something happen. Wanderer really playing with death there. Andy J gonna get the first blood onto D-Fits there. Wanderer gonna peek through the wall just to get sprayed down. Speaking of getting sprayed down, Thornily peeks right into
30
3
seconds
members of LG as they push into mid.
Block
And
in
it's
sight.
still a 3v5 retake for the side of LG. Gonna be something very difficult to do, especially with what small amount of guns they have at the moment. Koala's gonna pick up Kuma. Nick trading out to Nibrock. And Nick gonna find another on the round, but both defenders are low, along with the
One
time
enemy
being
remaining.
low.
Kill.
Miss All Sunday looking to clear it up. Andy J with the final on the round. That's 5-0 on the side of OS. A great start.
Yeah, that round got a little bit dicey from both teams there. Thornily getting caught out in mid, but seeing all 3 of them there, and then LG being able to just decimate a couple of those angles on that retake. But unfortunately, they were too low from those early fights, and were not able to close it out. But still, a very damaging round for them, for it being a relatively eco-friendly round for them.
Absolutely, you know, and you winning 5 rounds in a row definitely is going to help your economy in the long run, and they should have plenty of buys coming into the next few rounds. It looks like a full 5 stack pushing out through A. Gonna get Andy really low here, but Nebrock with some heroics.
Scanning ahead.
Catching 2 of LG's push. Kunakoma's gonna try and fight back, get the trade on a Nebrock, but it's down to 3v4, and they have the B site
One
all
enemy
themselves.
remaining.
Thornily gotta clean up and
Spike
leave Nick
planted.
alone in a 1v4 trying to clutch as the spike is down.
2 of these OS players are very low HP, but unfortunately Nick's gonna walk on a site there, just unable to hold all 4 angles of the OS players.
Too many things
It has
to
been
clear.
a very clean game so far from OS as this timeout comes in here from LG. What do you think LG needs to do to be able to win one of these rounds and turn it around?
You know, we're looking at, and of course it's easy for us to see because we have the whole map and we can see through walls, but the start from every round from OS's attack half has been the same. They're putting the feelers out, they're not rushing anything too crazy, and then they're finding a side that they want to hit, and then they just burst on altogether. They've got to take that mid control and really stop this default from coming through, and they got to stop pushing out of A main. A main has just been terrible for them. It's just been a place where they've they haven't been able to find their legs there. So I want to see a lot more pushed back on A and B and pushed up in mid.
I agree that A main has been a bit of a death trap for LG there, as they're just not really able to get anything going with OS shooting as well as they are right now. I would agree that if they take that mid control, they can cut off those rotates, or at least be able to get that info so that they can play to hold site as opposed to retaking every round. And honestly, I feel like they could benefit from playing a bit more of passive angles on the sites, as to just get that info and not give up bodies early.
Of course, after I said that they don't 5-man push down anywhere, we see all 5 attackers lined up and ready to fight down B main. It looks like they're going to get deterred a little bit from some util, but Wanderer taking a lot of space and hearing a lot of footsteps. He knows that there's a lot of movement over in A main, but it looks like they're just giving up the site. Defitz does have an op and can make something happen, but this smoke right here is just heads up. Defitz gonna open up the round with the first blood onto Andy J, but the Viper ult is gonna kind of render that op useless here. The KO ult's gonna come out, but just a little bit too late, as they're gonna take a lot of this space onto the A site. You do have 2 flankers coming in from LG, but Nebrock is an absolute hero, trying to hold it down. He's gonna get the first, but he's not gonna be aware of the second. Defitz with 3 on the round, and Nebrock's gonna find the second. Not gonna be enough, as Koala finds the final kill on the Defitz, and another round win. 7-0 for OS.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but Defitz opted the Viper. I don't know if the Viper left the Viper's pit or anything, but he was able to take that Viper's pit down, and then all the kills just tumbled away into OS's hands, essentially rendering that round void for Defitz's first 2 picks right there. Very impactful picks as well, as he picked up 3 on the round.
It was a heroic effort, but Defitz gonna work his way up. 4 members of this LG team gonna try to rush down mid. Nebrock trying to find something with the Hunter's Fury over onto the B site, but LG players dropping like flies down mid and on A main, as the remaining 2 players kind of stuck out in the middle of nowhere. Zoo and Wanderer over on B, trying to make something out of nothing. 5 members still alive for the side of OS, as the plant will go down. They have complete site control, and they're going to try to set up for a nice post plant, try to keep guns out of the hands of these lurking LG players. Andy J with the first, catching Zoo on the flank.
Down.
And Wanderer gonna get one for his troubles. It's all Sunday with the upper hand. High ground over on screens. 8-0 the side of OS.
Yeah, that round they took that mid control, but unfortunately they took that mid control 1 player at a time, and were just not able to capitalize on any trades.
Fun fact before we get into it, looking at the score right now, you can see it's a pretty OS favorite, 8-0. There's a reason why they are undefeated on this map, 3-0 from the regular season. And I guess it's probably been banned out against this team after they went 3-0, because, I mean, looking at the score, you can probably tell why.
Yeah, this is definitely a map that they feel comfortable on, that they're absolutely able to work the map the way that they're able to find a weak spot and exploit it so quickly. Defitz with the op, not going to be able to make something happen, as a little bit of a kerfluffle happens over on A main. Zoo not going to be able to make anything happen. Kudacom is going to catch miss all Sunday, but that attacker Killjoy ult is going to push her off of sight right into Thornley, as Thornley pushes through. Here's the footsteps. The wall goes down, and Thornley with the headshot. Now it's all up to Wanderer and Nick to try to make something happen here for the side of LG.
Stay down.
Catching Nebrock out in mid, but Thornley gonna get the trade. Nick getting spot out by the KJ util. He's gonna find 1, but still needs 2 for the round. The spike ticking down, as the turret's gonna pick up another kill. That's 2 for the turret tonight.
Demi, Tommy, Turner, whatever you call your turret, just putting in that work in the server today. As OS take that 9th round. You guys are talking about how dominant OS have been on this map, but you got to keep in mind LG are 5-1 on this map throughout this season. They are no easy feat again on this map, as they have a very dominant win rate throughout the season.
If LG are 5-1 and OS are 3-0, this is like battle of the champions of this map. Like these are like the two kings and queens of ice spots.
That is what it seems like, at least for Prospect.
Yeah, unfortunately, OS is looking like they're off to a great start. Miss All Sunday finding the first blood on the D-Fits. As he tried to make something happen with the judge over in B main. Still looks like they're lined up to try to take some B pressure here. You know, I've come to one conclusion and one conclusion only. Is who invited Terror Kid? He's absolutely cursed my boys on LG, and he's giving OS some crazy buff right now. They just look unstoppable.
All I'm saying is because LG cut Terror Kid. Maybe that's why. Maybe a little bit of revenge.
This is madness. This is madness. Well, we see the site exec coming in. Nick gonna find one, but instantly traded out by Thornley. Wanderer catches another. Again traded out by Andy J. Zoo catching the first. Sees the elbow and spams, stopping the plant. 2 bullets in a 1v1. Nebrock has done it before, but Zoo always behind him.
30
the
seconds
2
left.
top frags. Dueling it out, trying to just piece together where they might be. As they get down to this clutch, Zoo just catches him out, and that's a first round win for LG. We're back, baby. 1-9.
Hey, just 2 more rounds, and you get a 9-3 curse.
A very impressive round from LG there, as they were in the 4v5 from the get-go with Defense going down with that judge, but they were able to make those trades favorable on the retake, and Zoo was able to get that free pick onto Andy trying to plant, and just was able to clutch out that 1v1 with neither player knowing where the other was, but with Zoo being able to figure out that information first.
Absolutely. Looks like another default coming out from the side of OS. I mean, just a heads up play from LG after they lose the pick deep into B main, and then they still all rotated back to A to hold A main, knowing that they'd like to rotate. Miss All Sunday, once again, catching that first pick off on a D-Fits, Bazoo right there, waiting for something to happen. Miss All Sunday wants to take this space. The bomb is actually looking for the A side as well, or the B side as well. Miss All Sunday gonna pick up Zoo. Someone's gonna hear the updraft and is gonna get the trade. It is now a 3v5. Wanderer's gonna take a peek. Not favorable as Nebrock able to take his head off over in mid, and now it's only a 2v4. 2v3 as Nick evens things out a little bit, catching Thornley really far pushed up and getting that information that they are over on the A site. As we see, the plant is going to come down, and
There they are.
Nick gonna be able to spam one, but Nebrock with his dart, absolute Sova nerd, just like
30
Terror
seconds
Kid.
left.
And
Spike planted.
we're gonna see the shock darts bouncing off, taking down Kunakoma to only 80 HP, no armor available. The bomb has been planted, and now the post plant is coming into play. Kunakoma has so much to clear. A tap onto the bomb just to see if anyone will peek. Gets the first onto Koala, and now it's all up to Nebrock. So he sees the corner, but not quite enough. That's 10 on the board for OS as Nebrock with 3.
Last
Clutches it
round
up.
in the half.
Nebrock just so smart there to not swing off after Koala dies, just knowing that he can play the time, and Kunakoma has to push him. She did get that information though that he was there from that jump spot, but unfortunately was just unable to hit that shot as they both swung each other at the same time. And that puts OS up to double-digit round wins in this first half as they're getting their normal default ready, and this B main aggression is gonna determine the round.
Absolutely. Defits is determined to get himself into a position that will take away this B site control. I think Thornley's throwing this orb purposefully so that way he can shoot the KJ turret, but I'm not quite sure. The turret's gonna, or the drone is gonna come. I don't know if it saw D-Fits though. As he's in this position, is gonna get that first on the miss all Sunday, get the gun, and then work his way into garage. Gonna find another, and is gonna hear Nebrock as well and get the 3. Not gonna be able to get the 4th as Andy J is ready for him, pushing out. But Nick, again, so far up. I believe this is how they want to be playing this defense side. Pushed up, he hears both. He's gonna be so patient, and he's gonna find one. A little bit of a panic spray as he's not gonna be able to find the other, but definitely putting Koala on the defensive. Koala gonna be able to trade things out, but the defender Killjoy is gonna kind of deter things. Koala now the last alive with the ult. If she takes it and plants the bomb on B, she will be able to res herself with her ultimate ability. But if she doesn't get that bomb down, she will not have that advantage. As we see her sprinting over to the B site, gonna try to plan in the most defensive position, the safest spot on the map. 13 seconds left. That bomb is definitely going to be able to go down. Wanderer going to try to pick up a few guns. Or pick up a gun. Wish you could hold 2 Vandals. It'd be sick. Dual wield them or something. And we're going to see a retake here. But Koala is in such a forward position. And the 2 members of LG are so separated. This is going to be tough. They're going to have to clear so much. And like I said, because she planted the bomb, Koala is going to be able to use her ultimate ability if she gets picked. Kunakoma's gonna stick the bomb, and Wanderer's gonna hold her. Gonna get the pick, but she can still res. But not enough time as that defuse is gonna come through. A second round on the board. And Kunakoma wraps things up. 2-10. OS just looked phenomenal on that attack half.
I would agree with that one. And LG just needing that pivotal round win right there at the end of the half. Not much that they would... An 11-1 half is just so tough to deal with, and this pistol round is even more impactful. LG need to win this pistol, otherwise it could just tumble out of their control. But what a dominant half there from OS, just able to trade off each other, play off each other well, and be able to hit those sights and punish those early aggressions. D-Fits coming up massive in that last round. I'm a big D-Fits fan, and he put them on the board there.
He definitely did. His aggression worked for once, as they were being shut down early on. It looks like we're going to see an LG rush down A. Miss All Sunday going to find the first, but Nick is going to find a second. On to Koala. Miss All Sunday trading out and catching the second. D-Fits jumping around on the boxes, trying to avoid those stray bullets. Kunakoma's going to find the final shot on to Miss Sunday, All Sunday. As we see a 3-on-3, and it looks like LG wants to rotate. Andy J lurking up in mid, might be able to find something, but it looks like D-Fits is just sticking behind to try and maybe find a pick or two. But Andy J hears them. All of the defense is rotated over. All 3 members. D-Fits is going to have to piece this puzzle together to give them that advantage. Nebrock running for the flank, actually, going to try to stop them at B main. Thornley in the upper position. And the KJ Molly is going to deter the plant. The plant can't go down and wander a really low HP now.
30
going to try to get
left.
this plant down. Shooting for the turret. Thornley gets the pick. The plant is not down. 26 seconds. D-Fits running it down and is the last one alive. 20 seconds left and a 1v3 for D-Fits. This could be the match. Well, could put the final nail in the coffin. 11-2.
Hey,
On near
the coffin
impossible.
is not closed. While there is
things have happened.
game left to be played, there is life in LG's heart. Or at least hope.
Aren't you supposed to be the OS bias caster?
Oh, OS are going to win the round and win the game. But LG still have hope, alright?
You know, sometimes it's just better when you're getting stomped to say, hey, go next. There's still other maps in the series. But, you know, crazier things have happened.
As someone who's played with D-Fits, he does not get tilted very easily.
Miss All Sunday.
That might be a tilter, though.
The aggressive position with the Outlaw on top of Jenny. Gonna find the first blood on to D-Fits. trying to make his way into A. The rest of the players halted. Gotta see a dart coming out, trying to gather any information. There comes the KO knife. Is gonna find Koala at least. Miss All Sunday picks up
Spike
another,
down
collects
A.
another. As Wanderer and the spike goes down, giving a lot of control to this defense side. The flash going out through the walls. Viper walls cutting the map into quarters. Sprays are coming out
One
through
enemy
the
remaining.
smokes. Thornily,
Spike
Miss All
down
Sunday.
A. Flawless.
Miss All Sunday going big with 4 on the round, bringing us to match point. 12-2, favor of OS.
Yeah. What a round by Miss All Sunday there. Just picking up those 4 picks with that outlaw. Just showing that gun is just so devastating in the hands of an opper. And yeah, really just a well played round from OS. Not dropping guns if they could help it. As LG come in with this buy, hoping to get some life in their veins.
Absolutely. It looks like we're going to see a little bit slower of a push as we see a split push through B main and mid. Trying to just poke around and get the feelers out there to see
Deploying
where there
drone.
might be a hole in the defenses of OS here, but we're going drone for drone, looking like battle bots over here as the Sovas are trying to gather as much information as they can over in B main. Getting a ping over on the Konakuma. Andy J is going to pick up the first on the Zoo.
Shock dart.
Shock dart's coming out and gonna pick up a kill on the Nick. But Konakuma's gonna punish the swing. Andy J just so aware. Knows that someone could be pushed up in a tube and gets a pick onto D-Fits. Really making it difficult for this last 2 remaining players. Gonna take the trade.
Revealing area.
Get a pick onto Andy J as they work their way up mid, but it's still a 2v3 in favor of OS.
One enemy remaining.
Miss All Sunday gonna get
30
one.
seconds left.
And now it's all up to Konakuma. Doesn't know that Koala is here. No, she does not. And that is
Defenders
map 3
win.
going the way of OS, bringing us to 2-1.
What a phenomenal playing by OS there in that map. Just putting up so many numbers. What was it, 8-0 at one point? Just taking so many rounds early there. And you see Miss All Sunday just putting up a monster performance there. 18-7 over those 15 rounds.
Yeah, not only that, with 6 first bloods, that's absolute potential, especially when they were on the attack for most of the game. Just being able to take those first contacts so confidently. When you're up that high, you can snowball your confidence, and you can tell that Miss All Sunday was using that to their advantage.
Yeah, you could tell that Miss All Sunday was very confident there in that map. Just playing so well.
All right. Well, the maps still go on. This is a best of 5 series, so we're not done yet. 1 map away for a grand finals victory for OS, but LG has 2 more chances to try to take that away from them. So don't go anywhere. We've got a 5-minute break, and then we'll be right back to the action.
The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. One look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. I'm feeling electric. Look in your eyes, I found the one I've been waiting for.
It's like
Okay, welcome back, VDC. We just finished map 3. OS took Icebox, I believe, 13-12, if I remember correctly. Again, I have short-term memory.
2.
13-2. Sorry, yes. Mathing. I added one by accident. But I thought I'd give you a quick update on the Mythic game that happened. That's also being co-streamed on our YouTube channel. LG Blue Lotus versus PA Berserkers. LG took it to map 3 on split, and they advanced to finals now. I believe they are playing Project Nova's Orion, and that will be scheduled soon, so we'll keep you in tune. But I'm going to turn it back over to Terra Kid and Saints to take us on with the show.
First. Gotta respect that my former team, Orion, is possible back-to-back Mythic champions, so...
Terra Kid, Saints.
But
Now let them
LG
go.
has a chance to take them down.
Bias, sure.
Were you
We're just
muted?
all
Am I
sorts
missing
of
something?
bias. We're just all sorts of bias in this cast booth.
Absolutely. That's why we brought in Terra Kid, so I
would
can be as
never
biased
be
as I want.
biased. All right, here's the thing. I would love for OS to win this, But I have been on a team with defense, and I know that his resolve is not broken by that 13-2. When I was on his team, we lost 13-0 in the first map of semifinals, and then won semifinals, and then won finals. So I know that he is still gunning. He has not given up yet.
Well, that's because you guys had
Absolutely.
Billy and Messiah on your team.
I played good too, trust.
Absolutely. There's plenty of talent on this roster as well, on both sides, both rosters. This is going to be an amazing map. We're going into Ascent. I mean, it's another 3-lane map that's pretty well known and well practiced by most teams. So we'll see what happens. It's anyone's game at this point still.
That is too true. That is too true. And I think both teams have relatively a decent record here. With OS being 4-2 and then LG being 5-2. So LG technically have performed better on this map throughout the season. Who do you have going into this?
Well, obviously I'm gonna pick LG, but not only because I'm an LG fan, but the expert team, we did a scrim against LG, the Pink Azalea, our prospect roster, and we were able to give them a lot of tips. They were absolute beasts, right? We have a Flurk and we have a Jag, so that's like kind of not fair. But they were able to see what things we were able to exploit, and they locked it up. So I'm pretty confident that they're gonna have a lot of success here on Ascent.
So
You know?
they didn't take a map off of you, unlike OS.
Unlike OS, but that's because OS Expert is stinky and they have Spence.
OS expert do have Spence, but that is besides the point. As my team, the apprentice team for OS, also scrimmed our prospect team on Ascent, and we were able to give them a lot of pointers as well. So both these teams putting in the preparation and putting in the work for this map, it'll be very interesting to see how this turns out for them as we get into this map.
Yeah, but did you lose the map? Yes or no? That's the most important factor here.
No, we are actually the only team in history to 2-0 this OS prospect team, including them playing against OS expert. So big shout out to OS Apprentice. We're the best.
Okay, how about Mythic? You know, OS Mythic, and they got something to prove.
Yeah, they got something to prove.
Yeah,
as we
sure.
do see Miss All Sunday locking this deadlock that I personally knew was coming. A bit of an unconventional pick here on Ascent, but they have been running it, and they have been running it well.
What am I looking at?
Wait,
Yeah.
is Koala not
Definitely an
picking
interesting
Koala?
comp. The double Sentinel and to have no Jet on Ascent. This is very unconventional. Speaking of unconventional, if you look on the side of LG, Wanderer picking up the Gecko once again.
We know Saints
This-
loves his Gecko players.
I do love Gecko. I mean, listen, he's got funny little goofy guys that run in there with the bomb and flash people. What's more to love? We're almost all locked in here. Two non-standard compositions, but definitely nothing super crazy on the side of LG. We'll see what's cooked up on the side of OS with this very interesting comp.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say too much, but you're in for a bit of a treat. Watching this prospect team is just always a blast. Both these prospect teams have been so good this season, and it all comes down to this: will LG be able to force it to a map 5, or will OS just close this off here, ending it 3-1?
That is the question. This has been a tight series so far, so don't go anywhere. We're about to start map 4 Ascent, and just a reminder for everyone, if it does go to a map 5, or should I say when it goes to a map 5, Sunset is that decider. So stick around. This map is super important. This is your season 6 grand finals for the prospect tier.
That is right. As we wait to finish loading into this map, what do you think LG's best choice is here for this attack on a traditionally defense-sided map facing against 2 Sentinels.
Yeah, I mean, the double Sentinel is going to be tough, definitely, but I think what they've really excelled on their map win with Split was being able to find ways to exploit mid and then find the weak site and then push onto it. So if they can do the same thing here on Ascent and really control mid, that's kind of the name of the game on one of these three lane 2-site maps.
Yeah, I would agree. Being able to exploit mid on this map is so pivotal in a lot of ways, including, playing the attack. But it'll be interesting to see how OS decide to hold that mid to be able to keep them locked in and locked out of sights.
They definitely have a lot of options here with the double Sentinel. The Cypher trips, really good for locking people out of a main chokehold like on the B site where we're seeing the setup so far. But maybe we'll see a wall come in somewhere or dedicate more bodies since they can have the 2 Sentinels playing off their util on site.
Listening.
Yeah, you do see a good chunk of LG players lined up in A main here, leaning slightly towards mid with Gecko in that tiles position, looking like they're going to be trying for an A split.
As we get things kicked off with map 4, we see a lot of pressure coming in down mid as we see 4 players sitting there in mid. The dart is going to kind of catch some people out, but that deadlock pick already proving to be kind of a nuisance. That wall, they heard the cacophony of pistols shooting to try to break that wall, so they know it's heavily towards this A side. Miss All Sunday is going to find the first blood, but he fits Konakuma quickly to even things out, taking advantage. It is now a 3v4 retake for the side of OS as they're creeping. They're already up in position. All 3 up in heaven here. Members of LG are low here. Ebrock getting the pick with the shock dart, and Andy J with the pick onto defense under in hell. Koala gonna break that molly and gonna get caught out in her utility. Konakuma in a great spot here up in
Last
Gen,
player standing.
but Nebrock just quick on the shots. The smoke's gonna come out. That's the benefit of having that clove, but Wanderer's shots are not gonna hit. Andy J clears it out, and the bomb gets defused. That is a first round, pivotal first round going towards OS.
Yeah, just that retake was just exceptional. Miss All Sunday somehow getting that first pick before getting instantly traded out, and then Nebrock with those 2 shock darts just taking care of that hell player, while Defitz, who is on half HP, just unable to capitalize off that unconventional dice position. And then
Sound sensor up.
Konakuma just able to get that random
Sound
pick,
sensor up.
but not able to get anything more than that. As we go
Absolutely.
into OS's bye versus this anti-eco.
A little bit of Guardian spray over at B main coming in from Nebrock. Again, showing why he was the first round overall pick for Prospect. Getting insane value with his util and putting in numbers in all of these maps so far. A little bit of a default coming out, but more members leaning towards this B side as the Omen is going to get spammed through. The drone is just going to catch him out, and he's just going to be able to spray through the paper-thin walls with the Guardian, and he knows that they're not going to have anything to punish him with. They don't have any guns to work with, so it's kind of free at this point. Util's going to come out. Miss All Sunday has her trip set up. She's going to get 1, 2,
enemy remaining.
traded out, but
Spike
now it's
down.
all of Kunakuma going to get run down by the superior guns. An absolutely phenomenal round 2
The
on the
offer
side of
stands.
OS.
Take whatever life you need.
Yeah,
from
OS
me.
played that well, but
Deserves
I don't
it.
think that's necessarily that massive of a loss there for LG, as they did get that 1 gun out of their hands, and now 1 player is coming in with a weaker gun, even weaker than what they already have, which just increases LG's odds of getting through this round cleanly against this, on this bonus round. LG looking to get through this round relatively unscathed, so that they'll be able to use guns in that next buy round.
Absolutely. Any advantage that you can take over the enemy team here.
up, Mud.
Looks like a lot of space
Sana,
is going to be
Sana.
taken over towards this mid once again. But the A push, Miss All Sunday, they're catching Nick out. There's no smokes on the attack side anymore as Nick gets caught out, and that's a gun in the hands of OS. A lot of space taken as well. Wander is going to find one, but if you look, there are two members pushing all the way up mid. Gonna try to catch Wanderer out. Not going to be able to finish him off, though, from that long of an angle. Andy J holding it down on the B side as three members of LG push their way through CT and are trying to run it down. Gecko Flash going to try to clear the angles, and D-Fit's going to be that spearhead. Taking out Andy J on the site and letting Wanderer get in to get the plant down. That's that benefit of having the Gecko being able to plant the bomb and have an extra gun to hold. Looking like a 3v4 retake for the side of OS as they try to work their way up through market. A lot of space taken over towards CT still. Nebrock gonna try to take a fight over here, but Zoo is aware of it. He's gonna catch him out. Miss Olsen working her way on, but it is D-Fits taking the one. Thornily, the last one alive. Very low, gonna peek out here. Dropping down. And gonna get taken out by Wanderer.
Yeah, just what a good round by LG. They're just taking total control of the map right there with that OS push out A main. You could see that like about 15 seconds into the round, there were 3 LG players in spawn and mid, and then 1 pushing up main against Andy J trying to solo hold that B site. And unfortunately, you cannot look at 4 angles at once. Just physically not possible, and LG are able to take that map, or take that round, sorry.
Absolutely. We're gonna see another mid push. Kind of spreading the feelers. I like this 1-3-1 that they've got going on. Being able to try to take a little bit of control everywhere on the map at a time, find an opening pick, and then maybe capitalize. But just so disciplined. Koala with a great shot down mid to catch defense out of position, and gonna get another one on Wanderer as Thornily gets that pick in A main. That great early positioning into Wine really just catches him off guard. Miss all Sunday caught with the util out, but Zoo stuck, absolutely unable to do anything against that util coming out from the side of OS. It's now a 2v1. Konakuma with a lot to do.
I got the spike.
Getting spotted by the dart in mid, but the 2 players of OS are separated at the moment. If she can find a timing, maybe get a pick, even things out, there is still a chance for LG into this round. But looks like Nebrock is a little bit more aware and is going to catch her out in mid.
No one escapes my sight.
3-1.
No one.
Yeah, that round looked dicey there for a minute with Koala getting that first pick and then getting that second pick as they traded into tree. But unfortunately for LG, they just were not able to get any more trades in tree or get Koala down early in the round, and were unable to convert that round as they are forced onto another save in this map. LG are taking that mid control. They are taking that mid control that we talked about during the break. Just unable to do too much with it on that round.
Absolutely didn't work out for them. A few amazing picks. Koala being able to break open that round. It looks like both sides have a little bit of like a broken buy, but the A push just gets halted by the Miss All Sundays agents util. The Deadlock gonna lock them out of sight. Dude, it's never played. It's never played. How am I supposed to cast this? That's crazy. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of a re-clear, but look at B site. It's completely open. I don't know if this is on purpose or if there's some tripwires over there, but they just know that the LG players have to be over here towards this A site. They know. They're so aware. Nick's gonna try to take some space here. D-Fit's running right into util. This double sentinel comp can be so hard to work through. As you see now, LG try to work their way through mid, trying to get something done. 30 seconds left on the round as they push up through mid, just to be met with Miss All Sunday. Koala gets killed by the KJ Molly, and the Deadlock ult not gonna be able to find anybody. The B site is theirs for the taking, as it's going to be a 3v4
10
retake.
seconds left.
Absolutely. I don't know how LG was able to take this round back. Heroics in mid. Being able to try and force something to happen. Thornley's going to work their way on the site here. There's a lot of players to work through. The attacker KJ ult is going to try to deter them off of the site. Nick here with an advantageous positioning. Gonna catch 2. 3rd on the round. And the 4th with the headshot on the Andy J. I don't know how that happened. Like, it looked like they were being completely shut off.
Yeah, they kind of just sacrificed defense there to dash in as Nick took all the space mid and was able to get that first pick on to Nybrock and mid and was able to take basically all the way up to market space for free while his team rotated back out of A main and to him. Once they realized that B site was wide open, seeing Cypher over on A. Really just a phenomenal hold there post-plant by LG.
Yeah, they took the space and then they just knew how to hold it. We're seeing a great ult come out and it's gonna actually get defense low enough to updraft and Thornley ready to punish. It's a great opening ult and an opening kill for the side of OS. As LG looks to push through mid, but the drone is gonna find some information. LG trying to throw some Gecko util, get some information, but Koala's positioning could be crucial to blowing this mid push up. The flash is gonna go, but they're not gonna clear as Koala gets 1. Wanderer gonna
Spike
trade it out,
down
but
mid.
AJ there to get the other trade. An ult canceled. Could walk right into this trip, and he will as he tries to
Last
side
player
jump it, and
standing.
Andy J ready to punish. He's now all up to Kunakoma, but not going to be able to make it happen. Only getting the 1, and now that's a 4th round on the board for the defense side
Trust my bots.
of OS.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened with that Omen ult as
Can I get
Nick was
this?
trying to pick up that spike with the ult. Possibly forgetting that you can just use your pickup button while you're in the ult to be able to pick it up before canceling. And really just hurt their chances there with him hitting that trip. And Kunakuma just stuck in mid versus that OS hold.
The pressure is on as the stakes
Get
are
out of
as
my
high
way.
as they can get in the grand finals. Match point on this 4th map of the night. They've been playing a lot of Valorant, so I mean, mistakes can happen. We see a little bit of a tempo change coming out from LG as they're slow, waiting for someone to push, waiting to see if OS will give an inch so they can take them out. But the discipline, as always, coming out from OS, not to peek too much, not to give away too much information, and throw just little bits of util. Try to make something happen. It looks like we might see a fight here as Wanderer peeks, and Thornley not going to be able to make it happen. Trading flash for flash. And a smoke comes out to try to give a little bit of a barrier for Thornley to back up to. The spike and a lot of these attack-sided players leaning over towards this A site. Gecko Thrash is going to come out, not going to find anybody. Site is going to be taken, but Andy J going to hear the updraft and punish. Trips being broken, flash, and Konokuma is going to pick up that pick
30
onto
seconds
Andy J.
left.
Koala fighting it down in mid. Now making it a 2v3, but two
Spike
of
planted.
these attack players are really low. Nabrock and Thornley have a lot to do here as Zoo stomping away. Thornley knows that there's someone there that there's not safe over in tree. He's gonna have to clear this out, but Zoo not gonna be able to pick up. Thornley getting the heal, and now it's a 2v2. Both players gonna push from this this tree angle.
Last
Wanderer
player
gonna get
standing.
picked out. Konokuma picks up 2 and wins the round. That is a 3rd, bringing us to 4-3. A close match.
Yeah, Kunakoma has been phenomenal for LG thus far this map. Just able to close out pivotal rounds. And this is likely forcing OS onto a save here with that hold there from Hell. Even with Wanderer being scanned up by that Sova dart, Kunakoma just able to close out those picks, close out that round as they successfully held that 2v3 retake.
Kunakoma, believe it or not, actually this is her first season playing as a Sentinel, I believe. And so, absolutely showing that she's got a lot of talent, being able to pick up this role so quickly. And we're seeing a split push as Koala through the Gecko blind is going to be able to pick up one, Thornley catching another. Numbers quickly dwindling on the side of LG, even against this low buy from OS. Now the members of LG are scattered, trying to make something happen, trying to pick a little bit of space on the side of A, it looks like. But Thornley's going to push right into Kunakoma. Knows they're going to try to get those guns. It's going to get one, but Andy J is going to be there to trade. The spike is now down. It is a 2v4, near impossible for the side of LG. The Neuro Theft is going to go out. The Zoo's going to have a heads-up play, is going to be able to pick one, but now is surrounded by players on OS. Going to have to fight down in mid. This Koala peeks in and out. And Nebrock swings to try to cancel it out, but Zoo is going crazy. Super low, 20 HP, has a lot to do. The bomb is still down. They got 25 seconds left. D-Fits and Zoo trying to work their up, take this space. A lot of things to clear. The cam is going to spot them both, not going to tag. The flash is going to go out. And Andy J, with the phenomenal hold, knows that they're both there from the cam, wins a 5th round for OS.
Yeah, that round looked so dangerous from the beginning, with Koala getting that full blind head tap in mid against Wanderer. And then with Thornley dying, but Andy J trading out against Konokuma and that A main, dropping the spike, but more importantly, dropping Kunakoma, who has been playing so well for them this map.
Yeah,
that goes there.
Absolutely. You always love to see a Sentinel player doing really good on offense. Just shows that they're versatile enough to pick up those lurks and pull their weight on both sides of the map. We see a little bit of an A split as we see the bomb and a few others working their way up through mid, and D-Fits left alone once again in the A main. Trying to push up through mid, but Koala's going to be the first line of defense here. He's going to swing with the superior firepower, gets one, but only one. It's now a Vandal in the hand of LG. Nebrock going to try to hold it down from the back of sight with the Odin. Andy J spraying through, trying to get a little bit of damage, maybe get a pick through the smoke. Nick's going to try to TP out, get out of dodge a little bit. Still a slow push. Gathering information, pushing and pulling on all sides of the map. Miss All Sunday could go huge. Wanderer and Miss All Sunday on other sides of the same wall. As they're going to push right into her. The flash is perfect and saves Kunakoma as she runs through. Is going to be able to pick up another Vandal for the side of LG. And D-Fits with the lurk all the way up is going to get a Vandal and is in such a good position. But Andy J not cleared out yet. Still in hell. Nebrock going to find D-Fits out in mid, and they don't know that Andy J is here. He's just going to wait, bide his time. And now they know. Kunakoma trying to get into a safe spot to sit. Now bringing it to a 2v2 retake. Andy J on the site. Nebrock gonna drop down, try to see what they can do. But both of these attackers are sitting and waiting. That Dizzy Flash is gonna go out, blind the one. But Andy J's still there to hold. Dart comes out to give them some information. Andy J gonna push. That spike being held. And the spike in the smoke. That's the advantage of having the Clove.
That's right. Just being able to put up that smoke so late in the round, even after she died so early, was just so pivotal to that hold right there. Andy knowing that all he had to do was delay, and they'd be able to pull that round out by just sticking the spike. Just really well played from both teams right there. D-Fits getting lurked all the way up, hearing that information of Andy running on the site, getting that pick onto Thornley with his back turn, just almost turned the tides in their favor. But Nebrock and Andy J just on that retake, able to close it out.
Absolutely. Andy so patient, so disciplined, waiting for the perfect time to push up. We see another D-Fit special as he's lurking up B main alone as his team works up mid. But Koala's ready to shut them down. Gets the first blood onto Wanderer, kind of slowing them down a little bit. Kunakoma's going to try to even things up and gets the pick on the Koala as Miss All Sunday. Locks them out. This deadlock wall becoming quite the nuisance for the players on LG. We're going to see the null command come out to try and give them an edge in their push all the way. Nebrock sitting tight, hoping he doesn't get cleared. Could be a nuisance from this position. Finds Nick. He's going to swing out to try to find another. Not enough. He's going to back out so that way he can try and get more value here as he swings, spamming the box. The plant goes down as Andy J and Thornley just absolutely blow it up from lane. A fantastic retake before the spike even goes down, 7-3.
Yeah, both of these Sentinel players have been playing so well for their respective teams. Top of the team on both sides, and just able to get those pivotal frags there with Andy J just pushing up lane there while Defense's back was turned, getting that pick on the Dice player. Spray transferring over to Defense and able to close that out as these double Sentinel both setting up on A. Which is coincidentally where all of LG are stacked up outside of main.
Alright, so first OS was doxing, and now they're stream sniping. What's going on? Slash pass, by the way. OS with the heads up call. Just absolutely masterclassed. Understanding that they want to try to hit something fast, and they get the gamble. They understand. Thornley just absolutely bringing the pain. Andy J gonna go down. Koala being left in the 1v2, but bringing it down to a 1v1. Bomb's still not planted. Now a smokes v smokes battle. As Nick versus Koala, Nick being low.
Watch, I have the spike.
Gonna ult to grab the spike just to throw them off, make them think maybe they left, but the gun being spotted. Its position is gone. Koala lurking up on site. She knows where he is and is gonna be able to get the backstab. That's an 8th round on the board and an incredible hold for OS.
I don't know if that was an incredible hold for OS or an incredible play by Defense and Nick. With OS going up 5-2 people in that round, and then Nick and Defense able to just take 2 each and immediately turn it into a 2v1 while Koala traded Defense out. Just really heads up by both of them, but Koala just able to get that information with the gun peeking out, even with that Nick Omen ult to try to throw her off. She was not deterred.
Absolutely. You know, it wouldn't be a grand finals if there weren't some crazy heroics on both sides. Looks like, once again, gonna try to fight for mid. Defense getting put down by Thornley there on the aggressive angle. Koala with the angle, trying to stop any mid push. LG trying to slow it down and lean it more towards B, but once again, this is just such discipline coming out from the side of OS.
Right here.
Holding, not giving an inch, and being ready. The flash is gonna come out, but the spray is good.
Spike down B.
Revealing
2
area.
players fall as Wanderer is only able to pick up 1. Now in a 2v4. Looks difficult for this last round of the half. Wanderer and Nick gonna try to make something happen. The ult's gonna catch Nick, and Andy J is gonna finish him off. Wanderer left alone in a 1v4 because of that clove ball. Wanderer gonna pick up 1, but Thornley gonna finish it. 9-3 once again for the side of OS as we finish this first half of map 4.
That Odin really just messed with LG there on that site hit, getting 1 through the wall and getting 1 so low that they just dropped to that market player. Just able to really just hold that site down with and getting Kunakoma, I believe, right there at the beginning of that round, which was that flank watch, allowing those 2 mid players to creep up behind them and take Nick out. Just a really well played defensive side on a defensive map. And we do see that. Look at the score. The score is 9-3. Anything can happen.
You weren't here for this on Lotus, but the last time we had this exact same score line. It went to a quite long map, so maybe that's what we have in store.
Map
I
1
sure hope
really
so.
late
To
with
end
this,
of
so
regulation, that was.
A bit of deja vu.
very close. So anything can happen. The game is still not won. We'll see as Koala tries to work her way up mid as OS is kind of putting the feelers out, trying to figure out. I think they identify that the KJ is set up on B, so they want to lean towards A. Trying to push up mid, hoping that someone from LG is going to push out, and Defits just might be the one to push right out into Andy's crosshairs. As he takes the fight, Defits is low.
With
Doesn't
no
have
cloud
a
burst
smoke.
there.
Yeah, you heard the voice line. Nick going big, getting two, trying to equalize things out. Wanderer getting another, but Nebrock right behind him. Koala is low, but it is a 2v2.
Scanning
As
ahead.
the bomb is making its way towards site. Closing this door. Zoo's gonna get them low again. The plant is gonna go
Spike
down.
planted.
As these two defenders try to work their way onto site. Both players relatively low. Nebrock trying to take that first aggressive fight. Kona's gonna toss out
Standing.
the util, but gets caught just overextending. And Nebrock picks up the third on the round to bring us to 10-3.
Yeah, I was going to double digits on this pistol round. Just so big getting these pistol round conversions. I think they've gotten both this game. I'm not entirely sure about the last several games, but just getting those pistol round picks, pistol round wins, allowing them to come in with better weaponry and able to pick up that second round more times than not. Just really pivotal to OS's success so far in these couple maps as LG plan to make an aggressive mid take against an OS mid aggression.
Absolutely, LG loves their aggression, especially on their lesser buy rounds. Thornley not having any of it, picking up 3 quickly off the round. Wanderer
Player
left
standing.
alone and gonna be taken out. This is on the ace, and an ace coming out from Thornley. Absolutely.
With the classic to close it out as well. Thornley did
Bonkers.
not want to get thrifty there. That
No.
is for sure. Thornley wants this map, and he wants this map badly.
Some might say it's just an eco ace, but it's an ace nonetheless in the what could be the last map of grand finals, as we're 2 rounds away of OS taking the victory over LG in this grand finals series. There's still
right.
some fight left in LG. They've got guns now, so let's see what they can do to counteract this push. A little bit of aggression. Defense sneaking his way over into Wine. Seeing a 3-0-2 push as they work their way, and Defense finds
Spike down
the spike, finds 1.5. Dashing his way into safety, but taking the numbers advantage for LG. Things have slowed down as OS try to explore their options, work a little bit into mid. They know that they have the gun disadvantage. And Zoo with the 1-tap.
Check his
Heads up
PC.
play.
Check his PC.
Absolutely heroics. Coming out from the side of LG, from Defits and Zoo, trying to even just take a little bit. Map control is still kind of on the side of OS as they've worked their way up mid, but, you know, LG has not given an inch. As Nick catches all Sunday,
Last player
and
standing.
Defits finds another. It's now all up to Koala to try to make something happen into this round. She has the rifle, but they know her positioning, and she does have the
30
ball.
seconds left.
She can work her way over, but there's not much time to make it all the way to the other site. They know she has to try to hit this A site. The cross, so difficult,
Cover going out.
so hard to deal with. She creeps her way up. 14. Just gonna look to save the gun, maybe get a pick or two.
10
As
seconds
she
left.
runs in to peek, and the cross held. Discipline on both sides.
Just massive plays right there from LG. Zoo getting that mid pick, Nick getting that pick in Garden against that cat player of Miss All Sunday, who's had a quiet game thus far, even as a sentinel on defense. Really just showing that LG also want this map badly, with Defense getting that opener pick, trying these aggressive plays because they need something to start working for them. And that's exactly what happened. Something started working for them.
Absolutely, you gotta take advantage of the gun superiority. Wanderer gonna get caught out and gonna get spammed right through. Paper thin walls on Ascent and just getting caught out by the dart. Nebrock's been so good with his util so far, catching people with shock darts and drones and darts. Defitz is gonna catch a few of the OS players running it up through A main and is gonna tuck himself in a very aggressive position. The drone's gonna come through, but is gonna look towards site, but is gonna find Defitz in wide, and now he has to work his way through the offensive. The attacker's here, sitting out just outside of A main, ready to burst. It's a 3v5. LG has to try to keep them off of site here, but they have no control over mid, no control over B. Nebrock bursting onto site, getting the pick onto Nick. As Zoo's gonna try to make something happen. Swinging out, catching Nebrock. Kunakoma is gonna find Thornley. But again, numbers in favor of OS. And with Zoo low, this is very difficult for them to retake here.
Last player
down.
standing.
And Koala's gonna find the pixel angle onto Zoo. Kunakoma, not much to do here. Gonna take the peek out, find Andy. And now, gonna drop onto site, but Koala ready in hell is gonna find the third of the round. 12-4, bringing us to match point for OS.
Yes, Kunakuma, too much to do, not enough to do it with, as OS take us to map point and LG call this timeout. What do you think Defitz is talking to his team here, as they're down 12-4 in this potentially final map of Prospect Grand Finals?
You know, spirits have got to be pretty low. And so I if there's ever a time for an inspirational speech to get the energy up, to get everybody to, feel inspired, now's the time to do it. That last map was tough, and it's easy to say, all right, that was just one map, shake it off and go to the next. But to be down this far on a match point, on a series point, it can be taxing on your mental, especially after playing so much Valorant. So trying to get everybody on the same page, wake up, and, play the best you can. It's been a great season for both teams, absolutely.
I would definitely agree with that. Especially because this should be a defense-sided map. If they can get 1 or 2 rounds, they can absolutely snowball this into overtime. This map is not over by a long shot.
So much to do. It looks like OS is leaning towards a B hit. And Defitz is ready to take some aggressive angles here. He's
With
pulling out
that
the op.
operator.
Glass cannon op. The Defitz special. He likes to hold the op, and he finds the pick to prove why he's good with it. Nebrock's gonna find value with his ult once again, finding the pick onto Nick. That is their controller down. Very difficult to come back from a pick like that. The drone's gonna spot out Defitz. The util's gonna come out, but they're just gonna run. They're gonna make their way over towards mid. Try to see if they can work up a different avenue, because they know that the ult is there. And the kills coming in by the way of
LeBron
OS.
could not even see Zoo there, just spraying at that close player and hitting him all the way in spawn as he also takes down Kunakuma, leaving Defitz in a 1v4 to save his season.
You hate to see it, the 1v4 retake on match point. If there's anyone who could do it, it's Defitz, no?
I would absolutely agree with that.
So much to do. Nigh impossible. At least he's got the kitty off.
There.
Cute.
The
Not
timing on that
enough.
turnaround. Just unfortunate for him, as OS Celestial Calzones are your Prospect Grand Champions here. Thoughts on that final map?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That was the most monotone way you could have said it. That sounded so, monotone. Where's the energy, Terra Kid?
I'm super proud of this OS team. And I know that LG fought super hard for that, but ultimately, OS Celestial Calzones are your Prospect Grand Champions.
There we go.
Absolutely.
My fault.
No. Hands up. That was one of the greatest series I've seen in a long time. 2 teams that came out all season swinging back and forth at the top of the tier, making it all the way to the grand finals and putting on a great show for everybody. Absolutely got to give your flowers to all the players and the support that was given to OS to win this grand finals and to become your OS champions. Koala now a 2-time champion for OS. And dude, let's talk about some of the players that really stood out this game. Who comes to mind?
On that last map, I think Andy J just put up a monster performance there, just leading them through that first half completely, and then getting some help on that second half there from Nabrock and Thornley, as they were just able to claw their way to that 13-4 victory. Just putting up such a pivotal performance on defense. I think he had 18 kills in that first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was pretty phenomenal. And
Yep.
I mean, you can't forget about Nabrock, showing why he was the #1 overall draft pick in the prospect tier. So much value out of all of his util. He played Sova on, I think, every single map, but he was so good at finding people. Actually, he played Fade on one of the maps. Finding people, getting them out of position, and then pushing them, and even getting shock dart and ultimate kills. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah, as a Sova main, he might have better Sova utility than me, which pains me to say. But he just plays phenomenally on the agent. He seems so comfortable on it, using his kit to his fullest. Able to get so much utility value for him and his team, with those darts and those Sova drone angles. You know, just forcing LG off those front fights.
Absolutely. And doing it all while IGLing as well.
So I'm just going to quickly interrupt here. We do have an interview with the winner. One member of the winning team, Koala. They will be coming in soon. We're just going to take a quick break, and then this will also after the interview, we're going to announce our season 6 prospect MVP and superlative winners. So stay tuned.
I'm just hearing from production that we're gonna go right into the interview.
Never
We'll
mind.
get Koala
Nope.
in here soon enough.
Never mind. We're doing it all right now.
Absolutely. Flowers to the OS winning team. And here she is.
Welcome, OS Koala. One of the 2 koalas we have in our VDC league. So, fun fact.
Koala, how you doing? How are you feeling after that win?
Ecstatic. No, we worked so hard for this. Super pumped that we won. It was intense.
It was a very intense matchup there. So, as a 2-time champion, how are you feeling? You're one of the very few people who have won 2 trophies here in VDC. How does it feel, and does it feel any different from the first time that you won?
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot more pressure, I would say, this time because the first time I won was kind of luck, I would say. But it's just like the improvement from that season to this one it's been a journey.
That's completely understandable. Saints, any questions at the moment for Koala here?
Yeah. Koala, going into this map, did you feel confident that you were going to be able to, counter strat or out mastermind LG on some of these maps?
We were confident in some of our maps. So we were confident our first and third map. Second map going in, we felt good about it, but we were still a little hesitant. It was very obvious, like on Lotus, that LG was really prepared, and they were like watching us. They bot reviewed us, and so it was a little bit difficult to play off of that. But yeah, it was
excellent. I mean, you guys looked phenomenal on all of these maps. Even on the split, you guys still made it pretty competitive, and it definitely shows that you guys were comfortable with some of those maps, especially that Icebox being able to take a lot of rounds in that first half.
for sure.
Just a question from me. What was your planning going into this finals? Were you thinking, hey, do we want to target ban? Do we want or do we ban a map that we hate? And like, did you VOD review against LG, or like what was your like planning going into this finals?
We had our map bans planned out pretty well. We knew we didn't want to play Sunset. We wanted to play that last, and then Bind has been our perma ban for the entire season. So we've had our favorite maps.
Okay.
Planned out already. So
Fantastic. Another question for you, Koala. What are some of the people that you want to shout out from OS as an org? Is there anyone that was pivotal to you guys making it this far and having the success that you have? Maybe that was outside of the team roster?
For sure, I first of all have to shout out the OS watch party. There is also I have to shout out Spence for making an amazing roster. And just there's so many people that helped us bot review, helped us scrim the apprentice and expert team. We're very pivotal in that. Yeah.
I mean, I hear you guys took a map from the expert team, so
we did.
I mean, it showed today. You guys were killing it. Absolutely.
Wait, does this mean you're playing the expert tier next season?
I don't know about that one.
All right.
Okay.
Do you have another question, Andy?
I guess actually one more question, and this is you don't have to answer this if you don't feel comfortable answering this. Why are you a Discord light mode user? I must know.
I actually just switched it just for that one screenshot, to be honest.
Oh, okay. I thought this was a new phase, new Koala. Is this how she's gonna win grand finals? But yeah, light mode Discord user.
No, I remember you calling my screenshots boring, so I thought I'd spice it up a little.
Fair enough. But thank you for joining us in today's interview. But up next, we do have our superlative winners voted on by the players in the prospect tier. So these are categories that players have been voted into, and we're gonna start with the rookie of the tier. And can I get a drum roll, please? I don't know if the producer has a drum roll sound effects. And the rookie of the tier is OS Nebrock.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah, congratulations.
Absolutely.
Oh my.
He was insane this year.
And our next category is most improved player, and that goes to VTX Blood Red Rose.
Blood Red Rose. Congratulations.
Okay. Well done. I mean, I've heard about your improvement a lot. I've seen your gameplay, and it's definitely improved since the beginning of the season. So big shout out to you. And our next tier is the most underrated player. Didn't think we would have this one, but apparently some people think this player is severely underrated, and that goes to OS Thornley. So another OS player.
All right.
OS harboring some secret weapons, some might say.
Absolutely stacked.
And then our last community voted superlative is their community voted MVP, which is different from the regular season MVP, or the numbers MVP. So a quick rundown: community voted. They were just voted. Everyone thinks they're the best player in the tier. And then our actual MVP is one that the numbers team has talked about and thought, they have good stats, they have good everything, and we think they are the best player in the tier. So our community voted MVP this season is OS Nebrock again.
Nebrock.
Two-time winner, everyone. And now here is the official MVP of the season. This season in Prospect, it has been an incredible. It's been incredibly difficult to select just one MVP. We have a lot of great contenders this season. A few honorable mentions go out to High Tide Airlifts and OS Andy J. Rep Andy, let's go. Love you, Andy J. But narrowing it down to our last two candidates was incredibly difficult. But we would like to finally thank L7 Zeker and OS Nebrock for their outstanding performance and contributions to their team. So finally, the players' overall performance stood out the most with the number one defense rating, a whopping 1.47 on ACS in kills per map, highest KD and first kills, and over 600 kills over the regular season, and with over 75% cast. So we would like to announce that the Season 6 MVP is Project Nova's Ash. Congratulations, you are this season's MVP, and you are a great.
Let's go.
You are a great.
My
Congrats.
bro.
You are a
Absolutely.
great player for this season. So, Project Nova, you should be very proud that you took this man in and gave him the tools to succeed.
I
Absolutely.
got to play with Ash this season as a fellow Project Nova Pegasus player, and he's absolutely cracked. He's been pivotal in some of our games. So I'm happy to see him get this MVP award. No, I'm kind of talking on his behalf, but I don't know if we can get him in here, but I don't know if they're around. But
All
congrats.
good. This is our time to celebrate everyone in Prospect. Thank you for an amazing season 6. You guys all did fantastic. We want to give a big shout out to LG as the runners up, but an even bigger shout out to OS for being your Prospect season 6 grand final champions. Congratulations. Congratulations, Koala. Congratulations to everybody on OS. You guys are phenomenal. And way to kick some butt.
And I guess this brings our Prospect season to a close. So again, thank you to all the teams who participated. Thank you to all of media who has helped bring Prospect streams to the viewers outside on Twitch and YouTube. And I think that's it. So any last words? Anyone?
No.
Thank y'all for casting such a wonderful game. So thank y'all for being in here and casting such a nice BO5 that OS is now taking the 3 maps to take the championship.
Absolutely. Yeah. Congratulations, VDC community. We've got tons of stuff coming up. We've got still playoffs. We've got 3 more match days in both expert, 2 more after today, in both expert and advanced until playoffs. We are still making our way through the Mythic semifinals, and I believe finals will be announced here soon when that grand final will be for Mythic. And yeah, stay tuned. Stay up to date on the Discord announcements. We love you.
Yeah. We'll see you soon. Bye.
The way that you make me feel like I've never been felt before. When look in your eyes, I found that one I've been waiting for. I'm feeling electric. Our love is electric. The way that you make